The ARC Aileron 2.0 is a very special product. Amid a sea of generic Chinese boards, each attempting to justify its lack of inspiration with an ever lower price tag, the Aileron tries to be more than just a bargain. At $1,200, this shortboard competes directly with Boosted's industry-leading Mini X, and on paper it has a solid shot at snatching away the brass ring. Thanks to its carbon fiber deck and single motor configuration, it weighs 5 pounds less than its rival, and ARCboards claims it's faster as well. Unfortunately, as we'll soon see, the reality is a bit more complicated.
Alright, coming in hot, don't hit me,
ARCboards claims the Aileron will top out at a blistering 28 miles per hour, but our instrumented testing reveals a true top speed of about 24 miles per hour. Though slower than advertised, this is by no means a disappointing result, as the Mini X tops out at a comparatively modest 19 miles per hour. More important than speed, however, is acceleration, and here we find mixed results. The Aileron runs our 5 to 15 mile per hour benchmark in a respectable 2.9 seconds, lagging the Mini X by less than 0.2 of a second. These are solid numbers, but closer examination of the board's acceleration curve, which illustrates how hard the board can push a rider at any given speed, reveals a problem. As we can see, the Aileron provides impressive torque in the mid-range, but falls significantly short of its rivals at speeds below 10 miles per hour. In the real world, this translates to slow starts and poor hill climbing performance. Unfortunately, this appears to be just the beginning of a more serious technical problem. When faced with even moderately hilly terrain, the Aileron quickly overheats, causing torque to plummet. And if charts fail to adequately describe this phenomenon, here's footage of the throttled board limping towards its top speed. Presently, this is a damning flaw that makes commuting on hilly terrain all but impossible, although we want to point out that the ARCboards team has been extremely responsive to this issue, and has suggested that they may make lower kV replacement motors available in the future. As electrical engineers and DIYers, we believe that this strategy, combined with lower current limits, will, at the very least, mitigate the issue, though top speed may be negatively impacted. Thankfully, on relatively flat terrain, the Aileron is a lot of fun to ride. This is ARC's first board to feature the company's innovative Fusion Direct Drive system, which couples the motor to the wheel using gears, rather than belts. The result is a drivetrain that offers both the low rolling resistance of a hub system and the ride quality of a belt setup. This innovative drivetrain, paired with a lightweight, springy carbon fiber deck from 121C, gives this board an impressively authentic skateboard feel. However, the Fusion Drive isn't without its drawbacks. Belt drives are highly forgiving of loose manufacturing tolerances, and interface well with cheap skate hardware, but direct drives leave almost no margin for error. As a result, they're quite unfriendly to user modifications, such as gear ratio adjustments and wheel swaps. And then there's the noise. A good belt setup screams like a jet engine spooling up. But the Aileron, rather ironically, sounds more like a low displacement two-stroke engine. Or perhaps a child throwing a tantrum. You can decide. The Aileron's controller appears to be a reskinned hobby transmitter, which, when paired with the board's VESC speed controller, generally delivers smooth and predictable control. However, we found the board sometimes failed to immediately release the brakes when we let the control knob return to its neutral position. Also, we can't help but wonder where on earth ARC drew inspiration for this controller, as its rectangular shape is neither aesthetically pleasing nor ergonomic. In spite of its flaws, this board still controls very well, and handily beats many Chinese budget boards, like the Meepo. Finally, before we deliver a verdict, let's talk about the range and the battery. In our tests, the Aileron covered about 7 miles before dying, which we think is perfect considering the board's size and weight. Unfortunately, we were less impressed with the manner in which the Aileron loses power. As soon as the battery voltage falls beneath the threshold, the board completely and abruptly dies, which threw us off the front a few times and leaves the rider without brakes. So, is the Aileron the ultimate shortboard? In its current state, no. At $1,200, the board's lack of polish is difficult to excuse, and the powertrain flaws are highly troublesome. However, when everything works as it should, this is without a doubt our favorite shortboard to ride. If the ARC team can iron out some of the more pressing flaws, we think we could enthusiastically recommend this product. Until then, the Mini X remains our preferred shortboard. If you found this review helpful, consider subscribing to our channel, and check us out at skatemetric.com. Also, look in the description for links to the gear used in this video, such as skate shoes, helmets, and commuter bags.